Hey guys, Ryan Earnhardt here from CreativeSoundLab.tv. I'm actually here for this episode at Minor Street Recording Studios, home of Weathervane Music, and they also produce the Shaking Through videos. So today we're going to be talking with Brian about his creative techniques for creating ambient effects. I can't wait to see what's about to happen. Let's check it out.
The whole thing takes advantage of, reamping technology, which is really common now. It takes advantage of the fact that we're in this golden age of pedals. There's pedals people have never dreamed of that are out there now. And it's a recorded performance. Your reverbs, when you use this process, are as much of a performance as your guitar playing or your guitar solos or your drumming or anything. Every band comes in with a pedal we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And it gets inserted into this, and then they drive away with it and we can never use it again. So it's completely unique to their process, right?
Yeah.
But its signal comes out of the reamp, into the space echo, out of the space echo, into the polychorus, into the memory man, into the phaser, into the tremolo. The tremolo has two outputs, and it's panning between those two amps out there. Mm-hmm. And so instead of this, we live on parallel hills. We're going to get something more like this. We live on parallel hills, and we can do stuff like this. Moving circles outside, light years above you. We can add in memory man or polychorus or any pedal that any band brings in. I think that's the key. I'll be up on my private moon. I love the Mutron. I'll be up in my private moon wandering. Memory Man is great because Memory Man has this awesome chorus. I'll be up in my private moon wondering how it took so long to get back to you. So we can blend any combination of all these effects that we want. So watch this. I'll be up on my private moon wandering. I'll be up in my private moon wandering. So even though the delay time is still going, now this thing is going at a different time. And for a dramatic effect, you can go. You get the band in, and you get them learning how to do this. I can tell when you're home in the night. They're gonna want to keep that effect because they did it. It was an experience. It was an experience that was a part of the making of this record. Music and sounds, despite what anybody tells you, they're never best in the abstraction. They're always best when they're connected with memories or thoughts or proof of the people you did it with, the place you did it. Like I said, if a band comes in and they've got this pedal, then we insert their pedal. We figure out how it figures best and most favorably into the chain. And if we can get it to work in some really cool way, then we do it. We unplug their pedal, we give it back to them, they leave, and we never do it again. That's so cool. It took so long to get back to you. Yeah, you can learn how to do this stuff,
Yeah.
I love this. You can do in really kind of insane stuff. Or this. This is kind of awesome, watch. We live on parallel hills, but I can tell when you're home in the night. Moving circles outside, light years above you. They're watching everything happen here. Hear how it's pitching up and down?
Yeah.
And if you listen to just,
That's nuts.
That's the effect.
Yeah.
And when we talked about, remember I told you we put the drums through this? Like that's what it was like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
amps have the reverb turned all the way up, and then there's a pair of matching condenser mics on the amps. And the other thing people should notice is that like the amps aren't driving really loud. They're not really loud. You know, you're not driving them, you're not trying to get amp distortion. Like I said, by the end of our mixes, you know, a large portion of the plugins are bypassed because they're feeding something that's printing out through outboard circuits, and they're just getting printed back in. So by the end of our mix, the computer is completely untethered. You could probably buy a Space Echo plugin. You could probably buy a Memory Man or a Polycourse plugin. You could probably buy plugins that do what all these things do. But in like 5 years, you can't sell that plugin, you know. In 5 years, this might be worth more than it was worth when I bought it. And these are all physical objects that have physical uses that don't expire, right? You know, the tape is a loop, and it's just recording. It comes through, it records here, and plays back on this head, this head, this head. This thing could have quirks galore. If we make a new tape loop and the Scotch tape connecting the tape gets caught in the works every time it passes through, like, we almost don't care, you know, because we know that's a physical object that we're sending this sound through, and we're like sort of celebrating that.
Okay, so I had a great time today. Some of this stuff is just amazing, okay? It's only something that a guitarist would think of, and I love seeing a different engineer's perspective. Now, they do this thing where, in addition to the videos that they publish on a regular basis, they actually make available to members the raw tracks. You can learn by pulling these tracks up on your own system and really digging in, soloing different things, and really learning what works and what doesn't by mimicking the sounds that they have. It's a really incredible experience. I've done it myself, and to be honest, I've learned a lot. So definitely check out their memberships as well. So if you have any questions, you can go to weathervanemusic.org. And also, if you have any comments, questions, I'll be hanging out in the comments below.